After the recent setback in the FA Trophy against Peterborough Sports, how has the team regrouped and what steps have been taken to address the challenges that you've encountered on the pitch?
I think the first is to address the performance and to speak about the day and then how we've not moved on from it, but what we have to learn from it as well. I just felt like on the day that wasn't the levels that we expect the boys to be with and without the football. And I think most importantly, without the football, the energy levels and the spirit and the togetherness that probably would have got us through the game, and if it wasn't our best with the ball, would have been enough to win the cup tie, but it wasn't. Obviously drawing the game and then going to the penalties shootouts is just a lottery once it comes to penalty shootouts. But I got shown a picture of the game, where the penalties as they were being taken, and a visual for the boys to talk about and look at, where it was just before Michael Gash took his penalty, how their players were standing together and ours were sort of a little bit all apart. And it hurt to see it, but I had to share it with the boys, talk to them about it, because I thought that was a visualisation of the day. It's like it seemed like it meant the world for Peterborough Sports to win that game, and we just thought it might happen. And we're not good enough to think that way. I'm not a good enough manager or coach, and we're not good enough as a playing squad to have them characteristics about us. We have to know what we are and what we represent, and that is that we've got to be hard-working, resilient, a team that people can be proud of watching, whether we're good with the ball or without the ball, but to see that fighting spirit that's always been renowned at this football club, and that I want to get back, and it's a thing that I've talked about a lot. We didn't show that, and we haven't shown that in certain moments this season. It's probably been the most disappointing thing for me, that the conversation that we had after Saturday leading into this week that we've had before. I think words are easy to say. It's better to show people with actions, and that's been really what I've said to the boys and what they've shown in training. And I don't want to talk too much about training, because training is the real time when it matters is on a Tuesday and Saturday, when we can show our fans, and the only chance we've got to do that is this coming Saturday against Wealdstone.
How important is the support of the fans in boosting the team's morale, especially with the recent results that we've suffered?
It's huge. It's huge. I've spoke about, from a playing side, us giving them more to get behind and to feel proud of and feel infused by. And when you go out of cup competitions the way we have, obviously a priority at the start of the season is to do well in the league, but then if you're not right up in the top end of the table, the next best thing that the club wants and the fans want is a good FA Cup run. If that doesn't happen, they want a good FA Trophy run. So the criticism that we faced on Saturday was a culmination of all them things, and we need to get them back on side with us, and the only way that you can do that, me as a manager and them as a playing staff, is to show them that we want to be doing our best for them, to represent them, and the one way of doing that is obviously being really good with the football and playing with a certain style that they are pleased to come and watch. But another way of showing them that is that they actually care, because each and every one of them fans that was criticising at the end of the game on Saturday would do anything to be one of us on the pitch or me on the touchline as being the manager. So we have to remember that. And look, being honest, when I recruited the group of boys that I did this summer, it was to try and have that spirit about us. And it's probably forgotten about that, where we're trying to coach them and about being better on the ball and stuff, but really going away from what we really our characteristics are, that we've got to be really, really good without the football, press together as a group, battle for every second ball, every duel, defend our box when it's coming in there, and have more about us in the final third to get goals and what the fans want to see. So we know the answers to the questions, but the answers has to come out in the performances, not in words. Like I'm saying, it's me sitting here talking today. I can speak very differently today on a Thursday than I did after the game on Saturday. I was full of emotion after the game on Saturday, as I believe probably majority of the fans were that would be leaving or tuning in that couldn't be here on the day because they was working or just couldn't get it. Looking at the result and the performance, I was full of emotion on Saturday, and probably one of my worst post-match interviews I've done, just because of where my head was at in terms of what had happened, the stuff that I had going on behind the scenes that I spoke about. Probably when I talk about external things, didn't really give a good enough example of that, because I think that left it open to interpretation what people thought I meant. And when I talk about external, I'm talking about anything other than this football club, and not our owners, not the board, not me as a manager, not the playing staff, not all of you guys that do the media and James and all the guys that are working so hard on all the other stuff that I have to bring together with performance on the pitch, the external factors I talk about, things that are nothing to do with this football club, other teams, agents, people like that. Just got to get that back to where we was before. I don't want anyone to look at us as being an underdog, because I know that Dagenham fans don't want to do it, but we've got to have more of a dog spirit about us, because the good times that we've had at this football club, I always talk about it, but when we was promoted out of this league and in the group that I was unfortunately not lucky to be part of, when they went from League 2 to League 1, it wasn't expected any of them guys. No one give them the respect that they deserved, how good they was at football, but also by the way they performed. And I think we've got to all remember who we are and what we represent to play for Dagenham Redbridge. And for me to be the manager of Dagenham Redbridge is that, representing the people, hard-working, honest individuals that will tell you when it's not good enough. And like you're saying, leading into this weekend, hopefully coming back on Saturday with the renewed thing that they want to see certain things for the players, and they'll get right behind it, because I've said it to the boys continuously, if you show them what they want to see, they'll get behind you. If you don't, they'll tell you about it. They're honest people, and I think they're the sort of fans that you want to play in front of.
Speaking of Saturday's game, what can we expect from this Wealdstone side?
Look, just what they are. They've been doing it for a number of years now, in terms of certain way of playing that works for them. Bringing younger players through, either from local teams that trust them now with their players because of the respect that they've got from the way they play football. And look, if we just sit back and just go on in Wealdstone, play with the ball, then they're one of the better teams in the league at doing it. Talk about the passing stats and all the possession-based teams. There's obviously them, Gateshead, Rochdale, teams like that. So we know exactly what they're going to bring to it. But truthfully, it's not being disrespectful to Wealdstone. I couldn't care less who we're playing this weekend. No interest in the team that we're playing against. It's Wealdstone, and I respect them, but it's about Dagenham Redbridge this weekend, about the players and about the collective and us as a group, that whoever it would be this weekend, everyone needs to see more. And that doesn't matter if it's Chesterfield being top of the table, or Wealdstone, or it'd have been Barnet. It's just an opponent that we're coming up against, and just to concentrate on ourselves. Because if we do our best for ourselves and the other team's better than us, then I'll say fair enough at the end of the game. But if we don't perform to the levels that we need to be at, with and without the ball, it doesn't matter who we play against. So it's got to be really focusing on us as a collective, and that's the only way we can go into this weekend's game, focus on us and what we can do, and then hopefully that leads into the victory.